Good afternoon, guys. Today I am going to do a demonstration for you. It's called the Think Tube. I created this tube out of just some leftover cardboard tubing, some beads, and some thread. Now, the reason I'm doing this is one, so you can kind of think about the second reason that I am doing this demonstration is for you to understand how scientists or Greek philosophers looked at the atom. Now, the reason we create these models is because we don't understand how the atom works. You can't visually see it. And so when Greek philosophers looked at or tried to look at the atom, they couldn't necessarily see the atom, but they could see its behaviors. So when I go through this demonstration, I want you to look at what is in this tube for this to work the way it does. And that's what scientists did when they were thinking about how the atom is constructed. Okay, so how this is constructed depends on, a lot of how it acts or behaves. And so scientists look at the behavior of atoms in order to determine the makeup of atoms. And so we're going to act like philosophers in this case and think about what's in this tube. How is this tube constructed internally in order for it to behave the way it does? All right, so I'm going to run through a series of demonstrations, which I have written down here. So the first demonstration, watch what the string does and watch what the beads do. Okay, and so at that point, I am going to start demonstration part 1. Okay, so the first, notice that both of my strings should be kind of lax to begin with, both top and bottom. I can kind of put my fingers around them and they wobble. There's a little extra string on both sides. Okay, so at this point, you're going to have to watch carefully. So this is demonstration part 1. That was part A. Okay. Part B. Watch what happens. All right, I'll do it one more time. Now be thinking about how this is organized inside, how I've constructed the inside of this think tube. Notice they're both back to dangling, right? Notice which one moves when I pull on the red, which bead moved, right? Part 2, watch all the strings. Now which part is moving? When I pull on the yellow bead, notice that the red one moved, okay? So think about it, think how it's constructed, just out of beads and a cardboard tube, okay? But I have constructed it internally so that you can look at these different properties. So, notice that when I pulled on the red, the blue moved, right? And when I pulled on the yellow bead, the red came down. Kind of interesting, right? Second demonstration. I'm pulling on the blue. Notice what comes up. Okay? Now I'm going to pull on the green bead. Watch what comes up towards the tube. All right, I'll do it one more time. Notice they're all loose again. I'm pulling up on the blue. Notice that the green and red moved. Now I'm going to pull down on the green. Notice that just the blue moves. Okay? So think about how this is made internally, right? How I've constructed it inside here. Next demonstration. I pulled the red bead. Okay, now I'm pulling down the green bead. I'll do that one more time. I pull the red bead. Notice the blue and green move when I pull the red bead or string. I'm going to pull the green down. Notice that the red one moved, the red bead. Okay, that's demonstration number 2. Last but not least, so after that, hopefully you've got another, maybe you've come up with another hypothesis. Maybe you wanted to redraw the internal because maybe something I showed you in the last demonstration kind of baffled you a little bit. Okay, so now onto the demonstration, the third part. So now I'm not holding any cords, right? So they're all kind of loose, dangling. Okay, I'm holding it by the middle. Notice I'm going to pull on the yellow bead. Okay, I'll do that one more time. Pulling on the yellow. Notice now they've all 3 came in. Okay. Pulling the yellow one more time. Now I'm going to pull the green. And the yellow came in. All right. So I don't know if any of you have specific guesses on how this is constructed, but think about how these are acting, right? Think about these being the electrons of an atom, and we can watch and see how they react and act. And then the atom, we kind of have to guess as to what type of atom it is, how it's constructed, stuff like that. Okay, now for the sneak peek, how it's constructed inside. If you look in here, oops, the yellow bead came in there. If you look inside, both strings are attached to a washer. Okay, both strings are internally attached to a washer. So if you guessed that correctly, right, then congratulations at that point, because you